Hi guys. Global warming is a continuous rise in the temperature of the Earth. It has an impact on the recent climate change and has been shown by measures of the temperature variation and has implications of warming. Occasionally, it is called climate change. However, research indicates that human activities cause a rise in the average temperature. The adverse effects of global warming are harmful impacts of climate change. The side effects, adverse effects on the environment, economy, and health across the world. Therefore, it should be controlled to avoid suffering in society. Global warming is linked to an extreme change in weather patterns. The rising temperature assists in hotter and prolonged heat waves, high rainfall, drought, and heavy winds. For example, in 2015, there was an exceptional drought attributed to global warming. It was the first of the kind in 12,000 years. The National Academies of Science in 2016 confidently said that heat waves were due to global warming. The ocean temperatures are on the rise due to climate change, meaning tropical storms collect much energy. It means that change in temperature can shift type 3 blasts to type 4 winds. In addition, scholars have concluded that the occurrence of the Northern Atlantic hurricanes is on the rise from the 1980s. Deforestation seems to be on the rise due to the increased human population. People encroach the forest to get fertile land and settlement. The plants and trees have a role in the controlled climate since they absorb carbon dioxide and emit oxygen. Forests function as carbon sinks, therefore crucial in controlling global warming. However, destroy a large part of the forest for cultivation to obtain timber and industrial development. Moreover, burning of the vegetation releases the stored carbon to the air, leading to global warming. To combat the effect of deforestation needs to be afforestation, which is the planting of trees where none existed. Secondly, the government should formulate policies against deforestation. Finally, the creation of public awareness of the importance of conservation of the environment is essential. Agriculture and farming. Animals produce methane gas, that is, greenhouse gas. The amount of gas produced is a contributory factor to global warming. Sheep and cattle produce methane in large amounts. Therefore, when on a large scale contributed to climate change, the fertilizers used in the farm release nitrous oxide, also a greenhouse gas that can cause global warming. The WWF is currently researching to improve breeds, and farmers are encouraged to practice organic farming. Many scientists have proven that currently global warming is a real mean, and it started escalating from the time of the Industrial Revolution. Most nations have made deliberate efforts to lower the rate of carbon dioxide emissions. in order to solve the problem caused by global warming, it is necessary to minimize the energy consumption rate as well as use alternative energy resources. It is clear that the current energy price, which is the alternative energy, is more expensive as compared to fossil fuel. Conversely, if we contemplate the negative value which comes because of global warming, the outcome might be dissimilar. Therefore, some alternative that can cure or can reduce global warming include use of alternative energy source, reduction the use of fossil fuels, sustainable agriculture and forest management practices, sustainable transport and infrastructure, and responsible consumption and recycling. Alternative energy resources should be earnest, although I would not recommend the use of nuclear power in this case because of the accidents associated with such plants. The use of wind power, solar energy, and tidal power will act as the best alternative for clean energy. One might wonder the cost of producing this source of energy. Comparing with fossil fuels, I would categorically state that in most industrialized nations, the experimental power source have power to be cost-effective solutions. Therefore, it would be necessary to impose heavy taxes on fossil fuel to meet the cost we are going to incur in restoring our planet. Through that, most people will divert to alternative, environmentally friendly energy resources. Responsible consumption and recycling of greenhouse-emitting products will be another step towards offering solutions to global warming. Though the adoption of responsible consumption behavior, which is vital irrespective of the meal, clothing, cleaning materials, and cosmetics. On the other hand, it is essential to note that recycling is considered an absolute necessity when it comes to a proper way of handling waste. In addition, sustainable agriculture and proper forest management are vital in dealing with the global warming problem. Forest vegetation is considered water catchment areas, and they should be preserved at all costs to ensure that our rivers do not run dry. The world reorganizes the World Environmental Day, which is celebrated every year. During this day, both the government and non-governmental organizations come together for a tree planting exercise. This is done to maintain the world's minimum forest coverage. The planting of trees will help in carbon dioxide sequencing, therefore the positive use of natural resources, making agriculture sustainable. And stopping deforestation practices should be priority in our society. Bioremediation is a potential means to reduce our footprint. Therefore, microbial metabolism is a significant in enhancing and maintaining the fertility of the soil for the proper development of a plant. Bioremediation constitutes the application of microorganisms in eliminating pollutants. In order for bioremediation to be used as a cleanup technology for contaminants, It is important to display that the system does not consist of any form of a chemical mixture that can pose a threat to the environment. This process will ensure that we produce clean food that is human-friendly and free of any environmental risks. In the world today, the effect of global warming is evident, and the situation might worsen if necessary measures are not put in place. The climate change interferes with our way of life, and this goes down to what we consume. Global warming is a real factor that should be addressed by every living being to create that conducive, sustainable ecosystem for our future generation. Everyone should take it upon themselves that each tree you brought down should be planted as a replacement. It is, therefore, suitable for us to take responsibility for the realization of a standard development goal that forests a cleaned-up living standard.